what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And today, due to NFL Beast Week 8 predictions, Rain 48.
Let the doves loose.
Yeah.
I won last week.
You won last week.
The monkey's off my back. I'm coming for vengeance.
It's the first time since
Week 12 of last year, I know.
Week 16. Not counting the ties that we had. That's the first time you won. I went 7-8. You went 10-5.
Ooh, picked up 3 games! Hell yeah!
Yeah.
No, not help. Hell yeah!
But nonetheless, I did win that London game though.
You did, and
But I lost my fantasy because of that. 5 touchdown passes for.
Remember when you were 3-0?
Yeah, I'm still pissed about
that's
that.
That's a distant time ago. You're 3-4 now.
Nobody's playing now.
That's all right. Hey, do you want to feel better?
Your team is 4 straight losses too.
Yeah, and for the first time ever, you'll probably beat me this week.
I don't want to jinx it.
No, I'm telling you, I'm fully almost ready to wave the white flag. I'm starting nobodies. If I pull this off, I am the wizard of fantasy football.
All right, but getting to the games. The first game, which is tomorrow, we have the Minnesota Vikings at the LA Chargers.
Chargers are a 3.5 point favorite.
Yeah, Chargers, they've been on and off, but I still think they're better than the Vikings. I think Harbaugh's going to get them ready.
Chargers have themselves a gem.
Yeah, they lost to the Colts, but Colts are doing really good. So Vikings are going to step down. They should not have gotten rid of Sam Darnold. It's kind of clear. You go from 14-2, and you're not going to be 14-2 this year.
Yeah, but we also know they should have never been 14-2 last year.
I mean, sort of, but I guess. But nonetheless, my pick is obviously the Chargers to win. Harbaugh gets a rebound. Give me 23-16, Chargers.
Can I say, and I wish I had a fantasy football podcast still, like, besides the Pick'em show, because I was so damn high on Oronde Gadsden the second. That's right. He's not junior. He is the second.
Well, the origins of our show is from your
Yeah, I know it is,
show.
but
Fantasy
Oronde Gadsden is arriving. And I have him in all 4 Dynasty Leagues, and I couldn't be happier. Now people are acting like I didn't know what I was drafting, and they're sending me absolute nothing draft picks for him. Get bent. I also am going with the Chargers here. I think the Vikings are going to hit a very tough patch in their schedule. At one point in time, Frank, this will make you happy to hear, when I did my predictions for the year, I had Minnesota finishing dead last in this division.
So far they are.
And I had them originally finishing there, and I don't see it really changing. And that's no fault of Carson Wentz, but I don't think J.J. McCarthy's any change to that.
He had his quarterback, and he let him out the door.
Well, hey, man, when you take a first-round pick, you have...
No, I don't think so. I mean, if you got the guy, why? I mean, they're on rookie contracts.
What I think is funny is they're being skunked by the same situation right now because Anthony Richardson.
Well, he's still on his rookie contract, though.
That's what I'm saying. Anthony Richardson was also. Anthony Richardson was drafted 2 years ago.
Yeah, but look what they're doing now.
That's what I'm saying. They're proving Minnesota wrong, is what I'm saying, and he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Chargers. 28, the Vikings 10.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll win $130 on Minnesota or on Thursday Night Football again, like I did last week. Shout out Old Man Bowl.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I know we thought this was coming, but the next game, Miami Dolphins at the Atlanta Falcons. And as of this recording, unfortunately, McDaniels, our little nerdy friend, has not been fired, despite losing terribly bad to the Cleveland Browns.
Do we know who is the owner of the Dolphins?
Jeff something?
Stephen Ross. Okay, he might be a worse owner than Terry Pagula. Terry Pagula is a worse owner of the NFL's or NHL.
Remember, he did try to tamper to get Tom Brady.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. He might be the all-time worst owner in the NFL similar to Pagula as an NHL owner. Just drizzling dog shit. Just, he's okay with mediocrity, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah, and he's still...
Unless at this point...
Supposedly he's going to keep him for the rest of the year.
That's the only thing I can think, is at this point he realizes the talent he has on the team is too good, and by keeping McDaniel, he's going to get the first overall pick. That's the only thing that I mean,
that's why he fired Brian, or that's why he fired Brian Flores, allegedly.
No,
because
allegedly, yes,
Flores
allegedly.
didn't want to tank. Flores didn't
allegedly.
Flores didn't want to tank, so because of that, he didn't want to tank because he wanted to win, because he's a head coach and coaches want to win, you know.
The Falcons are a 7.5 point favorite, which should be way more.
Just to clarify.
If you didn't know, the Dolphins are very bad against the run. And Atlanta's winning most of their games.
Is Tua even starting? Because I know he's benched.
Yeah. Nope, he was benched last week because they were down so bad.
Oh,
He's currently the starter. Atlanta is based on the run. Bijan's going for 2. Throwing an extra for Tyler Algier. At least 3 rushing touchdowns in this game for Atlanta. Give me the Falcons 28. The Dolphins 3.
I also think the Falcons are going to win. I don't see anything happening for the Dolphins. I mean, here's the thing. If you can't beat the Cleveland Browns, who have no offensive line, they have no wide receivers, Joe Flacco's out of there, and he looks like the Joe Flacco of old, which we'll get to that later. But, like, there's nothing for this team. They don't care. The Browns don't care. And the Dolphins, obviously, if the Browns don't care and the Dolphins can't beat a team that don't care, okay, with the talent that they have, there's no way the Dolphins, there's nothing for the Dolphins. Falcons are going to win this game, 31-16 Falcons.
All right.
The next 1 o'clock game is the Chicago Bears at the Baltimore Ravens, which Lamar Jackson is coming back for this.
Hasn't officially been ruled yet.
Oh, okay. I thought he was coming.
Expected, though. Sorry, I was
looking. Kind of need him at this point.
I was looking at that. I don't think even he's going to save the season. But with him rumored to be coming back, has them favored by 6.5 points.
It should be. I mean, I guess the Bears sort of have been playing okay too, but they haven't been playing against really good teams, though, I would say, necessarily, despite their record. But if Lamar Jackson's playing, and I don't really buy into the I don't really buy into the Bears' record. I think they're more of a tease in terms of their record right now. I'm going to give this to the Baltimore Ravens. They really need it if they want to do anything at this point. 26-23, Ravens.
I mean, let's be fair here. Lamar played the first 4 games. He was 1-3 as a starter. The Ravens' defense is the biggest fault right now on that roster. Their defense has been horrific.
Yep.
Caleb Williams isn't great. I said this last week on the show. Caleb Williams reminds me of Alex Smith. He's doing just enough to be winning, and the Bears' defense looks very, very good. I'm going to go with the upset with the Bears here. I think Lamar's got this attitude about it that he deserves better. It looked like he quit on the team during the Chiefs game. Quite honestly.
I wouldn't say go that far.
I'm going with the Bears. The Bears.
I am kind of worried about Harbaugh, though, because, people have already been talking about Harbaugh at the end of the season, that he might be gone.
Just leaving on his own accord?
No, they might just fire him.
I don't think they fire him on one bad season. I don't think they fire him on one bad season at all.
Look
with his history there.
Looking how long they gave Brian Billick, how long they gave him, like they usually they don't make a coaching change.
Yeah, I don't think they would. I don't think they need jerk on Harbaugh. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give me the Bears. Just like they won 3 of their last 4. Give me the Bears 23-21. Like, it is a close game.
Okay, well, that's kind of what I was saying. Only I have the Ravens, but we kind of agree on that. But all right. So the next game we got the New York Jets at the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Bengals are a 6.5-point favorite.
And they really should. And Justin Fields, they haven't announced whether he's going to be benched or not yet. But he really should be. Justin Fields, I said it last week. He sucks. I seen him in Chicago. He's not that good of a quarterback. I'm sorry, he's not a good quarterback. Good runner, not a good quarterback. You know what? Some people say, oh, they have to admit they're wrong. Well, yeah, you got to admit you're wrong. You got rid of Aaron Rodgers for a guy who's got you 0-7. So obviously it's not much of an improvement. Joe Flacco is back to his Baltimore Ravens. Joe Flacco with just a division change. I said this when the offensive line for the Bengals aren't that great, but they have 2 number 1 wide receivers, and if you give Joe Flacco, and I think you've said this in the past too, when you've given Joe Flacco weapons, he looks really good. He looked very good last week, going toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, man, it's an easy win for the Bengals. I mean, because it's the Jets. I mean, he doesn't have to really play that great against the Jets. I mean, the Panthers didn't have to play great against the Jets to win that game. It doesn't matter to me whether Tyrod is playing or not. I think it will make it a little better if Tyrod's playing. But at the end of the day, if Joe Flacco keeps playing the way he is, he's going to save that season for the Bengals and possibly maybe go elsewhere next year if all goes well. I don't know. But nonetheless, I'm going with Flax. I'm going with the Bengals. Give me 28 to freaking 6 Bengals.
So if I'm not mistaken, last week I said that this would be the game that the Jets get the monkey off their back.
I don't think you have. I think you're gonna get that now.
I have to. I will. So I just had to go look up the Jets injury report because that would be my key thing. Look,
Flax playing the way he is with those receivers.
But Flax playing the way he is. T. Higgins wasn't the top dog.
Doesn't have to be when you have another number 1.
Okay, but if you have this guy who is supposed to be a top 5 corner in the league who's supposed to shut somebody down, Sauce Gardner, if he's healthy, I might feel a different type of way. And I wasn't going to say that it was going to be, the Jets are going to come out and trounce them. But how the Jets almost won in London, I could see something like that. Maybe a 12-10 game.
You've even said that it's because the London games are always low scoring.
But I could see that being the same scenario here because we know Joe Flacco also doesn't like to get hit. And the Jets defense looked fucking good against Denver. However, 2 weeks still removed from from London, Sauce Gardner still hasn't practiced this week. Garrett Wilson hasn't practiced this week. Your top offensive talent, your top defensive talent, both missing against a Cincy offense that's kind of still trying to hold on for life until Joe Burrow's back. And it's just all signs point for disaster for you at Sacrifice.
Flacco gets another good performance out of this.
There's 141 and 2/3% chance.
That screws up the Steiner math if he has another good day.
I have to go with Scott, Joe Flacco Steiner here.
So you are going with the Bengals.
I have to. I'm taking back what I said last week because of injuries. Not anything I changed my mind and beliefs with the team itself, but the team I wanted is not on the field. So give me the Bengals.
Flacco throws 4 touchdown passes in this game.
I think that's going to be insane. I truthfully think that I don't think anybody's done that against Jets this year.
But what if he does, though? What do you say then?
You might as well put him in the Hall of Fame. I want to double check that real quick because I don't think a single team has done that against the Jets this year.
I mean, he had 2 touchdowns, or I think he had 3 touchdowns against us in the second half. Or 2.
Okay, Dak Prescott did.
2 in the second half.
Dak Prescott threw 4.
No, but I'm talking about for Flacco. He threw 2 touchdown passes in the second half.
I wanted to see who's done it against the Jets.
And then
Prescott did it against the Jets.
And he did 4 against the Steelers, so in the whole game. the first half he didn't play that good against us because he was just still kind of roughing the feathers of being in that system for like 3 days.
Yeah, so I mean, it has been done, but to be fair, Dak is on the run of his life right now. I'm going low scoring. Give me 14-3 Cincinnati.
Okay. All right, here we go. Their game next, the Buffalo Bills at the Carolina Panthers.
Can I just hit skip? The Bills are a 7.5 point favorite.
I mean, they should be, but they shouldn't be at the same time.
This is the perfect time to open a beer because I need to talk about this fucking team.
I hope they recovered from the bye because they really need it. They really got to get back into doing what they're doing. They've lost 2 straight now, and this is not a good team. I mean, they beat the Jets, but the Jets suck, and it wasn't that very impressive of a win.
To be fair, they beat the Jets in half the game they had Andy Dalton in.
Yeah.
So it isn't like they beat the Jets with their starting quarterback.
Is he playing? He's playing this week. Right?
No, Bryce Young's out.
Oh, they said
Bryce Young's basically ruled out for at least 2, but they haven't officially ruled him out yet. It's a high.
So even more, Buffalo should beat this team. Even more so.
AKA even more reason they'll find a way to fucking lose.
Look, I think the Bills are coming out of this bye. They realize that they've been making a lot of key mistakes. I mean, the Falcon game, right from the beginning, the fumble that, got called back because of the penalty, that could have changed that game. There were a lot of mistakes in that game that could have capitalized on them winning because the Falcons weren't playing that very sharp in that game. The Bills, I do think they get back to what they're doing. Josh Allen is going to run all over them, throw a few touchdown passes. I'm going to say this is going to be an example game, 34-10 Buffalo Bills.
If I go off of any history, I want to say the last 2 years the Bills have managed to drop 2 straight games in 2 straight years. And then they come back and charge out like men possessed. And
it's a perfect matchup for them to play too.
If you want to play your game, that destiny's repeating itself, you got Micah Parsons and Jordan Love's 27, and you're going to go to the Super Bowl. I guess I can play my game.
Hey!
No, because it's mine. It's not mine either, but I can play it. The last 2 times the Toronto Blue Jays have been in the World Series, the Buffalo Bills were also in the Super Bowl, and the Toronto Blue Jays are in the World Series.
Wait, for real?
Yes, 1991, 1992, 1993.
Wow. I didn't know about that.
That is.
But they brought that up. The networks brought that up. The
networks brought this up. So there you have it.
And I didn't even know about it. Mark Starr was 27 when he won his first NFL championship. That was before the Super Bowl. Brett Favre's first championship was 27 when he won the Super Bowl 31. And same thing with Aaron Rodgers. He was when he beat the Steelers. He was 27 as well.
My brain tells me that this team has bigger problems, bigger fish to fry. I know that in theory they should have 3 defensive players that they haven't had all season on this roster come Sunday. And Michael Hoyt, Larry Ogunjobi, and potentially the first round pick Maxwell Harrison. However, the biggest issue is we're seeing that everybody eats isn't fucking working and people are starving. The receivers aren't getting open. Nobody's fucking winning for the Bills. And Josh Allen...
So would you say you need a receiver?
I do. I need a receiver! And guess what? Brandon Beane didn't go do fucking shit with 14 days to go prepare a receiver! Brandon Beane's a bum-ass bitch. I'll leak his fucking phone number if I have to. I have it.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. He probably changed it by now.
Doubt it. I'm going to go with the Bills. I'm going to go 42. I'm going to go 42-7. I'm going to hope it's a statement game. But I'm just not getting my fucking hopes up. In my mind, they've already lost this game.
All right. Next, we have the San The San Francisco 49ers at the Houston Texans.
The Texans are a 1.5-point favorite.
Is it because Purdy's starting?
Probably.
Did they announce that? Or?
They haven't, but he was limited in practice today.
'Cause I thought he was going to start last week, and then I was like, oh, okay, another week he's not starting. I mean, his toe must really hurt.
Well, it's a striation of turf toe, and turf toe is not nice.
Yeah, it's not. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. Whether it's Brock Purdy or your buddy Mac Jones over here,
Mac Attack!
I think the 49ers win. I don't see the Houston Texans winning. They're not that good of a team. We've seen the collapse of C.J. Stroud all year, and we haven't seen him rise up yet, except for lowly teams that are like the Ravens, who just have been on a slump. So I'm going with the 49ers. I'm going to say we're going to get like 26-13 49ers.
Now, one thing I have to look at here.
And they got a lot of their starters back,
This
too.
is the perfect storm. I'm going with the Texans.
Oh,
And what I would
regardless of the quarterback?
what I would consider an upset, yes, because we know ultimately the Niners do run through Christian McCaffrey. That whole offense runs through
And
McCaffrey.
they also got Little now, too. Or, sorry, Kittle. Sorry, I don't know why I just said
But the
Kittle.
offense still runs through McCaffrey. And if you can bottle up McCaffrey, a lot of that offense is struggled. Houston is averaging, they've only twice this year have they allowed over 100 yards on the ground. They're averaging 82 to running backs rushing, and they're averaging less than 4 catches a game to running backs. San Fran is allowing 5+ catches and 50+ yards to the tight end. That has been the most consistent target for Houston and Dalton Schultz. I don't think it's going to be a runaway, but I will take what I would consider the upset. I think this is what you would always call the pick'em. Give me 20-17.
All right.
Houston.
The Cleveland Browns at the New England Patriots.
So real quick before I give a number here, my dad looked at me earlier, and he goes, "Do you think the Browns can upset the Patriots?" And I
No.
said, "Absolutely fucking not." The Patriots are 6.5-point favorite, as they should be.
Yeah,
The Browns won that game last week.
because the Dolphins just suck.
No,
We talk.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
Quite honestly, beyond the Dolphins game, the weather played into assisting that strategy. Miami's worst point of their defense is they can't stop a running back for shit.
Funny you should say that, because the reason the weather is a factor.
It's because Quinton Judkins put up 3 touchdowns.
The weather's a factor, but guess what, Cleveland? You're going to be losing that advantage in 4 years.
But it had nothing to do with that. Anywhere you would have gone, that was their normal game. Neither team really passed the ball because you couldn't. There were upwards of 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts.
And that home field advantage is going away.
There were upwards of 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, sleeting rain. That was a tough game to play, so the game was won on the ground. And Miami didn't have that option because Cleveland's good against the run. However, defense to defense, New England's been just as good. Offense to offense, Cleveland don't stand a fucking chance. Give me the Patriots here. I'm gonna call it 24. I'm gonna give the Cleveland Browns a little bit of credit here. The Pats have been flying, but I still think they'll hold them under 30. I'm gonna say 24-14. They cover the spread, but
As long as Dylan Gabriel is the quarterback, they ain't going to do shit.
I don't have them winning.
Yeah, they won last week, but it was not because
I don't have them winning. I was taking New England.
Oh no! I'm saying like in terms of like the score and stuff like that. New England's gonna win this game. The Browns are abysmal. They are tanking in this season. The owner Jimmy Haslam does not give a shit about this team. He knows he's got if both Sanders and Gabriel don't pan out, he can just draft a quarterback because he got 2 first-round draft picks next year. The one that he has and also one that they got during the draft last year. They're clearly tanking. They don't care. All they cared about is the taxpayer dollars for that new stadium that they're getting and leaving Cleveland and leaving the home field advantage away to have that stupid $1 billion dome stadium that nobody wants. Yeah, and that's going to be the emphasis of the season for them. They have a front four, good defense, but that's about it. Patriots are going to win this game. I expect that Sanders will be playing next week. I would like to hope and think
not
that.
a chance. He can't.
He should.
He can't.
They can if
No,
they play.
I would like to try that because he's up there on a bye.
Oh. Okay, the next time they play.
So it's funny you say that. Give the score first, and then I have something to say about
Patriots are going to win. Give me 30-6. Nothing special. Dillon will not throw any touchdown passes in the game. Probably only have 100 yards passing. He had like 114 yards passing, I think. Most of that was contributed in the fourth quarter. Very pedestrian game. And it was, again, like you said, it was mostly the running attack. Patriots win 30-6.
So I called them what, 20? I call them 24-14. I'm going to say that they are already up 24-7 with 7 minutes left in the fourth, and they're going to let Shedeur Sanders go out there because New England's one of the best defenses in the league. They're going to try to embarrass him. He will score a touchdown against New England. But then they will leave him in, they'll play him, because the next game will also be against the Jets, who are blitzing hard. They're just going to look for a reason to embarrass this kid. Because then after the Jets game would be the Ravens, who are still a good blitzing team, and he's not a mobile quarterback. So this is the murderer's row of games that they will put him in.
Actually, the Ravens actually might be better for deep because the defense has not been doing
But
good
they
lately.
still have a good... They generally have some pass rushing there. This would be the murderer's road they're going to try to get him at, and then if he fumbles for these three, they'll pull it so Dylan Gabriel looks great against the Raiders the game after that. I could see you being completely right, though, that we see Shedeur Sanders win the next 3 games, or the next 3 weeks.
I kind of hope if that's the case, they don't play him in this game. They wait after the bye. That would be kind of a better scenario. But, you know, the Browns don't care. They don't care.
Browns gonna Browns.
They're the Browns. You know, it's whatever. Next, the New Jersey Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles.
I thought we missed one.
Did we?
No. That I was already down at the 4 o'clock, so that is the one we missed. Eagles are a 7.5-point favorite after getting trounced just 2 weeks ago to the Giants.
It's kind of weird that they're doing it like in 2 weeks, but okay. Oh, and one of the defenders is coming out of retirement too, but I don't think he's playing this game.
He was a non-factor last year. Brandon Graham was old. That's why he retired. He was not that good anymore.
Well, obviously he's good enough for them wanting him back.
As a guy who's a Bills fan, that don't mean fucking shit. We had Micah Hyde on our practice squad for how many games last year who was beyond washed. He didn't get to play.
Yeah, I like Hyde.
I like Hyde too, but he was a rah-rah help on the sideline. He was basically an head coach.
All right. What's the percentage?
7.5 for Philly.
All right, so they're still sticking with the Eagles now after they lost a couple weeks ago, embarrassingly. I do think the Eagles do get a revenge game here because it's kind of mixed. I'm kind of like conflicted on it because the Giants just blew a game to Denver when they should have won that game. But then on the same token, the Eagles just lost to this team 2 weeks ago and lost them really badly. And they're going to want to rebound against this team, this division rival team, obviously a big rivalry game. I'm going to say the Eagles. I'm going to say it's close, though. I'm going to give it give me like a 23-20 game, maybe a game that comes down to a field goal at the end. But yeah, that's what I'm going with for the Eagles.
So I'm going to go with the Eagles as well. I said this a couple weeks back that I thought that eventually, as more tape gets out there on Jackson Dart, he will be less efficient. I don't have a lot of love for Jackson Dart. Excuse me. This being now a team that gets to review tape of having played him. What did we do right? What did we do wrong? Less than 2 weeks. It's never easy tackling a human bowling ball. They're going to have to do that with
Well, they might have a way to contain the tush push now. If you see what the Vikings did last.
I
week.
did see that last week.
It might be interesting to see if more people try to do the side.
You gotta.
Hey, anything works. A copycat league at this point.
Yeah.
Especially with the tush push.
The thing is, though, what you're going to start getting concerned with is that side move. You're going to start seeing your own player get injured who's blocking it. So you're going to see an injury risk. And I guess that's the ultimate thing is maybe you bring up a practice squad defensive tackle to do that move. Hey, man, are you willing to get in or willing to possibly get injured on this play? You don't like to say it, but if enough injuries get mounted up against that, you know the league's banning that move.
I just heard the thing that they're going to try to get rid of the onside kick for a stupid 4th and 15 bullshit thing again, which I hope they don't. I would rather them just do the onside kick, and then you have a chance to get it from 7 yards out instead of 10 yards out. That would make it a lot easier for people to recover it.
I don't think it has anything to do with the recovery. I think it's the fact that you're sprinting directly at a non-stationary team.
You just add something.
I don't know. I'm going with the Eagles. I'm going to go 28-14 Philadelphia.
Okay. All right, now we are at 4:05. The only 4:05 game of the week. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints.
I was confused for a second. The Bucs are only a 3.5-point favorite.
The Saints, to be fair though, as bad as the Saints are, a lot of these games have always been.
But also,
they're competitive. They're always.
But also,
the
Bucs are missing their entire receiving core, and Mike Evans is done for the year.
Evans done for the year. Yep, I seen that. It was a nasty injury.
It's a weird injury.
Yeah, it was nasty.
I'm going with the Bucs still. They should be getting Bucky Irving back. The Saints just lost Kendra Miller for the year. I mean, in a perfect game plan, Juwan Johnson has a big game. Maybe they can pull off a fluke victory, but I just can't see it. Give me Tampa Bay 24, New Orleans 17. Like it's close, but it's not super close.
You said what, 17?
24-17.
24-17. Okay. I'm also going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I think it's going to be a competitive game. It's a division game, and also, again, Tampa Bay, they're missing the receiving core, but I think this game mostly will come down to the quarterback performances, and Baker's obviously a better quarterback. So I'm going to give it ugly. It's going to be a weird, ugly score. I'm going to say, I'm going to do like a freaking... We're going to do like 23 to like 12. It's going to be like some weird shit.
Scoregami.
They're going to get a touchdown at the end. It's going to be competitive until like the end. And then they'll get like a touchdown at the end of the game to kind of close the gap, make it a bigger lead. But I'm going with the Bucs to win here. So the 4:25 game, the first one is the Tennessee Titans at the Indianapolis Colts.
Colts are a 14.5-point favorite.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest gap they've done all season. Yeah, division game, but nothing going for the Tennessee Titans. They already fired their coach a couple weeks ago. It's a lost season at this point.
They've got players asking for releases.
Well, there's that too.
Tyler Lockett got asked for and got granted his release.
Is he signed anywhere yet?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
He could have signed, actually.
Besides, they just try to trade him.
Could have signed by today.
But, yeah, I mean, there's nothing going for the Colts. Yeah, they're basically playing for next year at this point. Colts, they got everything going for them. You got Indiana Jones over here playing still very, very excellent football. You got the owner on the sidelines with the headset. Maybe that's giving some magic too. I don't know. But the Colts are going to win this game. An easy win. 35-13 Colts.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way I can go with the Titans here. Titans have been miserable. The team is quitting. Look out, first overall pick, and I mean, I guess at that point
it last year. So.
Well, I mean, I guess at that point you got to hope that you have faith in Cam Ward, and you're not gonna just come out and I don't know,
not play bad.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, I guess you're hoping you can just trade it for capital and get a good enough swindle. Or give me the Colts.
Blowout City.
Yeah, give me the Colts 38-9.
All right. Next, the last 4:25 game, the Dallas Cowboys at the Denver Broncos.
Broncos are 3.5-point favorite.
Okay, so this game is kind of interesting because the Cowboys, they surprised me against the Commanders, but Denver didn't look particularly that great against the Giants, but they came back and won. Kind of back and forth on this. What were it was 3 point for the Broncos?
3.5-point for Denver.
You know what? Pains me to say this, but give me the upset here. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I think it'll be a close game, but I just don't know, man. Like Cowboys, they're back and forth, and but at the same time, I think the upside and the odds are better for the Cowboys to win here. I think the Cowboys will win, and I'm gonna say 30-27. Field goal, regulation, or overtime. Hopefully not a tie. Cowboys win.
I don't think there's a shot in hell that Dallas scores that many points. Denver's defense has been very good. I was shocked that the Giants were able to put up as many as they did.
I mean, if they play like that last week, they're not going to.
That win. I would even account to that. I think I'm going to account more. Wasn't that the week removed from London?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't.
Yeah, but I mean that fucks with you travel wise. I'm going to count that to travel wise coming back from London. I'm going to say Denver locks down and clamps them. Give me Denver 27, Dallas 13.
So what was
27-13 Denver.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
The Aaron Rodgers Bowl.
Sunday Night Football, 8:20.
I hope they both tie.
I hope not. My Green Bay Packers at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
At your Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Aaron Rodgers Steelers at this point. Who's the favorites?
The Packers are a 3.5-point favorite.
I'm actually surprised by that. Look, it's probably the only week I'm rooting against Aaron Rodgers. Unless we play him in the Super Bowl somehow. Okay, so I'm kind of worried about this game because the Packers have not beaten the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh since Bark Star. Now you can attribute that since the 1970 merger. They only play in Pittsburgh once every 8 years, right? But still, that is a still interesting statistic to go by. Aaron Rodgers looked great against the Bengals. I mean, one of the two interceptions can be contributed to DK Metcalf not holding onto the ball, and it was getting taken away from him, which ended up costing them the game in the end because they had the ball at the end because of that. But Aaron looked great. He threw 4 touchdown passes. He threw a freaking sling. Got to keep those lines in check for him falling on top of him, though. Micah Parsons, 3 sacks. We have a kicker controversy because I don't know if Brandon's playing, but Lucas is looking really good. Packers record, 61-yard field goal, beating Crosby. It's 58-yard field goal. So our substitute teacher's looking pretty good.
Teacher?
Yeah, he was going to be a substitute teacher. He was out of the league for like a year, and he was going to be a substitute teacher, and then the Packers signed him. That's actually, I'm being serious right now.
Only in Green Bay. Do they offer him a wheel of cheese and a bratwurst, too?
But that 61-yard field goal ended up being the difference because, like, the touchdown, if we get the touchdown, we're only up by a point without that field goal right before halftime. So that did make a difference because that forced the Cardinals to go for a touchdown, which we stopped them on. So it was definitely a significant field goal. But yeah, man, like this is tough. This is a tough game. I believe we can get this done. Especially our defense. Parsons plays good. And that defensive front four does good. I worry is the secondary, because the secondary looked like shit against the Cardinals. Like, it was like abysmal. That's why they were in that game. I'm gonna say the Packers win. I'm gonna say give me, actually, I'm gonna do 31-27. Packers. Go, Pack, go. Let's go. We got to do it. We got to get it done, guys.
Man, I met with some challenges here. Do I pick the Steelers, and if the Packers do lose, I get a point up on you? Or do I pick the Packers so I don't have to say I pick Aaron Rodgers, and then if they lose, we both lose, and it doesn't really matter? Fuck it, I'm going to go with the Packers. I don't really fucking care. Because I really would rather not pick either team.
You see they're wearing their throwbacks?
Packers win 1-0.
That's impossible.
Packers win 2-0.
Come on. Seriously, give me a real score. 2-0, really?
17-13.
Okay, that would be a very, very disappointing Sunday night football game. If that's the case.
I'm already disappointed in it being Sunday Night Football.
They did that before Aaron Rodgers signed.
They did it with the intent they knew Aaron Rodgers was signing there.
No, because if that was the case, they would have had the Jets game be like a later game instead of 1 o'clock. Because obviously that was a revenge game too.
Nobody wanted to see the fucking Jets.
But yeah, Packers win. I hope so. I hope we beat the Steelers for the. Did you see they're wearing their throwbacks? The Packers, I guess, are wearing their all-wintered whites, but the Steelers are wearing like their 1940s jerseys.
They're hideous. They're about as old as Aaron Rodgers are.
I'm not that old. All right.
So Aaron Rodgers is older?
No, he's young.
I said the jerseys are about as old as Aaron Rodgers are, and you said no, they're not that old.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is not old. It's not as old as them. No, Aaron Rodgers.
Fossilize Aaron Rodgers.
No, he'll do the discount double check. All right. The final game. We only have one Monday Night Football game this week. We have the Washington Redskins Commanders at the Kansas City Chiefs. 8:15 game.
You got that team name wrong.
What do you mean?
Kansas City Cheating Chiefs.
What do you mean?
They're the Cheating Chiefs.
The refs make the call, not them.
Yeah, they pay the refs off. It's fine.
They don't.
The Kansas City Cheating Chiefs are a 12.5 point favorite.
What, 12.5?
12.5.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you heard it. I'm assuming you did.
Taylor Swift's new song? No, fuck it.
Jaden Daniels is out. They wrote it out.
Marcus Mariota. Yeah, they paid the doctor to say he couldn't make it also.
I don't think that's going to happen. So, yeah, Chiefs win. What can I say? They don't have Jaden Daniels in there. The Chiefs got their receiver back, who's been suspended for a while, Rice. And got Ruby over here. Ruby, who do you think's winning Monday Night Football?
Chiefs? No. Commanders? Who do you want to win? Just chilling? Okay.
I can't see with Daniels not being there. I can't see them winning. Chiefs win. I don't think it's gonna be blowout like the Raiders game. But we're gonna do 27-15. Chiefs.
I mean, what's not helping anybody is the fact that... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Is he going for the upset?
They should all be back. It won't matter. I knew there were injuries to...
Imagine Marcus Mariota freaking beating...
Well, I knew that there were injuries to 3 starting offensive linemen of the KC Chiefs. But they're all questionable. They should be playing. And on top of the hamstring on Jaden Daniels, Doris Armstrong, defensive end, is also out with a knee injury for the season. I don't fucking see a way I can put this in the right way. It'll be the Chiefs, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm sad about it too, Ruby. Give me Casey 20, Washington 14.
Okay. And teams on a bye?
A lot of them. A fucking ton of them. Arizona, Detroit, Jacksonville, Las Vegas, the Rams, and Seattle.
Yeah, a lot of teams on the byes.
It's Buy-Mageddon if you're in fantasy football.
Alright, so make sure to comment, rate, like if you're subscribe, and also if you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure to follow. And also, after the Packers game, I will be doing my recap at some point after the game. The recap of breaking down the entire game, the key plays, and scores, and hopefully it's a win for the Packers. So yeah, your sponsors?
Yeah. Shout out to Kyle at Chicken Dippin'. Hit him up online. Use code 716 for 15% off your order. Get yourself some good chicken dippin' stuff. Shout out to Rebel Nomad Adventure Gear. Cool adventure gear for cool adventure people. Shout out to Nikki. Two scoops. And to Jeanette at the beauty parlor. She changed her name from therapy sessions. I always want to say therapy sessions. But that'll do it for me.
Alright, so that's it. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. He is the Rainy 48, and we are out of here. Peace. See you next week, guys.